Problem number 3 asks us to each unit below write a pair of unit conversion factors that relate to some other unit. And when they say a pair, they mean 2, right? So write 2 unit conversion factors. So I'm going to talk through, and this is bad formatting, this should be over here. I'm going to talk through what the answer number 1 did. I'm going to do B, and then C and D will be for you to finish. So days. So you think about days. How can you compare days to something else? So I can compare days to weeks, right? So there are 7 days in 1 week. I could have also compared days to year. So if you had wanted to, you could have written 7 days in 1 year. I mean, not 7, 365 days in 1 year, right? So you could have written, there's a lot of options. You could have written 24 hours in 1 day. It doesn't really matter what you choose. You just need to relate days to some other unit, right? But then when they say they want a pair, they also are wanting you to show that you understand that it doesn't really matter whether you write 7 days in 1 week or 1 week in 7 days. It is why it's important for you to put your units though. See up here, every time I do this, I put a unit so that you remember, because I could have written this up here 1 mile over 1.609 kilometers, but then I would have needed to keep this straight over here. I would have had to put the X over the 5. I would have had to match the miles up with the kilometers. So like if I had written 365 days per 1 year, that's the same thing as 1 year over 365 days. It's not the same in that they're equal. They're not equal. You can't write an equal sign, but it has a same meaning. And you can compare this way if it's as easy. So pennies, some choices for pennies. There are 100 pennies in every $1. And if I write that ratio, then if that ratio is a true ratio, then this ratio is a true ratio, right? So if you think of other pennies, feel free to write those. I could have said actually there are 5 pennies in 1 nickel, right? And then I would have written 1 nickel and 5 pennies. So the dollar makes the most sense because that's our basic unit for money, but this is also true, right? So you think of some for minutes and feet.